Namaskar children. For the past few days we have been studying about acids, bases and salts. We have come a long way and today we are in the last module of this chapter. We have studied about the physical, chemical properties of acids, bases, pH, how to test for the presence of acid or base using indicators, some common indicators, and then we had started our journey with the salts. In the last class we studied about the family of salts, the types of salts, acidic, basic and neutral, and how they are prepared, and then we were discussing about some common salts, and we discussed about sodium chloride, the first one. Let us come to the second very commonly used salt in our day-to-day life. The commonly known name is the bleaching powder. The formula is CaOCl2 and the chemical name is calcium oxychloride. Ca, calcium, oxy for a single O, and chloride. Now children, we need to study the preparation of this bleaching powder or calcium oxychloride, and it is done when carbon dioxide gas is passed into dry slaked lime. When it is passed through dry slaked lime, we observe the formation of this bleaching powder and water. Alright, now this is a very important reaction and it is often asked in the exams also. Now let us come to the uses of bleaching powder. The name only indicates what does bleaching means, children. Bleaching means to fade off or decolorize. So bleaching of fabrics in the textile industries, paper, because once the wood pulp is collected, it is bleached and then the paper is formed, and it is also used in laundries for cleaning purpose. You must have heard about the advertisements of Ala and so many other commercial bleaches also. They contain this calcium oxychloride. Next, it is also used for purifying water. Yes children, it is a white colored powder. You must have often observed this calcium oxychloride powder lying in the swimming pools, and it releases chlorine gas and it disinfects. So it acts as a water purifying agent and a disinfectant. Often it is used for cleaning the washrooms and the corridors and the basements and all. And because it releases active oxygen, for many reactions it is used as an oxidizing agent also. The next salt that we have to study is baking soda. Now children, we all use baking soda very commonly in our kitchen, and the purpose that we use baking soda is for fast cooking or easy cooking. You must have seen your mother putting baking soda in cakes, doklas, idli batter, dosa and all. Now we'll see how it is helpful. If you see, the formula of baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. Now HCO3 is the bicarbonate ion and Na plus is the sodium ion, so it becomes sodium bicarbonate. Now children, if you see the preparation of sodium bicarbonate, it is again a product from the first salt that we studied, that is NaCl or sodium chloride, the common salt. If we take a solution of NaCl, we mix water, what it forms? It forms brine. And if we pass these two gases, carbon dioxide and ammonia gas, into brine, it forms a mixture of two salts. Basically they are obtained at the different solubility levels, so they can be separated by distillation. So this process is known as Solvay's process. However, this name is not there in your syllabus, but this equation is very important because of the use of brine and the use of these two gases. Now children, there is only one reaction that we have to study in this topic. Now let us see the uses of soda, baking soda. The first one is the use in soda acid fire extinguisher. In class 7th also you have studied. Now basically it releases CO2 when the acid and base react. You can do this simple activity by putting some baking soda in your vinegar, and you can see how CO2 comes out with a fizz, with an effervescence. And this CO2, you know that it is a non-supporter of combustion, so it puts off the fire. That is the reason it is used in soda acid fire extinguisher. Then comes, it is used as an antacid. Now children, it is a component of ENO and the other antacids that are available. This is because when again it is consumed, so what happens, the stomach contains excess of water and excess of acid, and therefore it neutralizes the acidity of the stomach. Now one more very important use is the use of soda, baking soda in bakery industry or baking purpose. I told you that for quick cooking and fast results, your mother often puts some baking soda in boiling rajma or chola, or sometimes in idli, dhokla batter and all. Now what happens when baking soda is used? It releases CO2 again, which makes the dough rise. Suppose the dough is this, and with the baking soda after some time it rises because of the carbon dioxide evolution. Now this basically carbon dioxide is evolved because of the reaction of this baking soda when it is used either with water or with any edible acid. Now baking soda is having a little bittery taste, and it is mild corrosive because it is having sodium ions. So it is a little corrosive in nature, and it can cause bitterness in the food item. So that is the reason baking soda is mixed with some edible acid. Edible acid can be citric acid or tartaric acid, and the mixture is known as baking powder. So commercially it is sold as baking powder, which is used, and what happens, this is released because of the acid, and it releases, of course, whatever salt is there, whatever cation is there in the acid, it will combine with Na to form salt, and carbon dioxide is released and water is formed. Now baking soda, when it is subjected to heat, what happens? It forms sodium carbonate. From bicarbonate ion, carbonate is produced. Sodium carbonate. The fourth salt that we have to study, that we commonly use in our day-to-day lives, is the washing soda. It's very similar to baking soda. I'll tell you how they are different. Now washing soda, the formula is sodium carbonate dot 10H2O, or sodium carbonate decahydrate. Now children, if you see, 10 molecules of water are present in the formula. Now this does not mean that it is making this sodium carbonate wet. It is basically the water of crystallization you are going to study in today's module only. Now these molecules are attached, but they are not in chemical combination with a molecule. Now let us see the preparation of washing soda. We have already seen this reaction while doing the reactions of baking soda. If you heat baking soda, what is going to happen? Water and carbon dioxide gases are given out and sodium carbonate salt is formed. Now what happens when exposed to water? What happens? It absorbs, or it basically recrystallizes, and it forms the crystals of washing soda, Na2CO3 10H2O, which is basically the crystalline salt because of the presence of these 10 molecules of water of crystallization. Now let us just go through the uses of washing soda. Now name only indicates washing, so that means it is used for making soaps and detergents, and it is a very good cleansing agent. Now the more is the soda in a soap or a detergent, the better is its cleaning. Okay. It is also used for making glass industry, in making glasses. Now you must have heard of borax glass or Borosil. Borosil is the company name basically. It is borosilicate. Now the borax is prepared using washing soda only. Now it is also, its very very important use is, it is used to remove permanent hardness of water. We are going to study hardness of water in chapter 4, in which we are going to study that hardness of water is of two types, temporary and permanent. If the water is having temporary hardness, it can be removed by boiling, but if it is having permanent hardness, it cannot be removed by boiling. For such kind of hardness, this washing soda is used. The fifth salt that we have to study in our chapter is plaster of Paris. Now the word Paris is added to it maybe because it was very commonly found in France region and in that part of Europe maybe. But this plaster of Paris, the chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Now the formula is CaSO4 dot half H2O. Again, dot over here symbolizes that the H2O is not a part of the chemical formula. It is just clinging to it. And half, you know that half a molecule of hydrogen can never, water can never be associated with one molecule. Basically over here, between two molecules, one molecule of water is being shared. But since we write molecular formula at the unit level, so we are writing half because one is being shared between two. Now how this POP is formed? Now children, there is a very famous rocks, as I told you, in the France region, which is known by the name gypsum. Now gypsum is calcium sulfate dihydrate or bihydrate also we can say. This is again a kind of a salt which is present in this mineral rocks known as gypsum. If we heat this at around 100 degrees C, but not beyond, so what is going to happen? It is going to form plaster of Paris, and the water molecules from each molecule of gypsum, 1.5 molecules of water will be evaporated, which means maybe from 2 molecules the 3 molecules of water will be evaporated. Now what happens? This is our POP. If again it comes in contact with water, what is going to happen? It forms gypsum and it becomes hard. That is the reason the POP, the powder that is available, if you mix it with water, after some time you will find that water is going to evaporate and it will become hard. So this is responsible for the hardness of POP. Now children, if you are going to heat the gypsum beyond 100, that means at high temperature, what is going to happen? It is all the water molecules which are present in it is going to be evaporated, and only calcium sulfate will be formed, which is known as burnt plaster. Burnt plaster. And once this is formed, we cannot get POP. Even if we try to add water, we will not get POP back. So about this reaction, the temperature is very, very important. It should not go beyond 100 or 373 Kelvin. Now let us just discuss the uses of POP. Very commonly it is used for making toys, statues, idols which are used for worshipping Ganesha idol and goddess Durga and all. You must have experienced, or you must have seen fractured bones for some people. When people get fracture, the doctor plasters that portion with the help of POP and some cotton. So that is also one of the uses of POP. Then again, it is also used by dentists for making artificial dentures. Before giving the permanent dentures, they take the measurements in POP. Then it is also used for making false ceilings. You must have seen in your houses, in schools and in various places. The false ceiling makes use of this POP instead of cement. Now, it is also used for smoothening of walls. You must have heard about the advertisements of Birla White Wall Care Putty. The putty is nothing but POP. When it is mixed with water, it forms a paste like a thing, and it is used to smoothen the walls, which after drying gives a very smooth finish. Children, after studying about all these common salts that we are using in our day-to-day lives, let us come to the last topic for the day, which is water of crystallization. Children, we have come across many salts which possess some fixed number of water molecules attached to it. Dot something H2O, dot XH2O. You must have come across. Just now we were discussing about gypsum, plaster of Paris and washing soda, etc. So what these water molecules are? If you go by the definition, water of crystallization is the fixed amount of molecules of water. That means the number is fixed. Kiska number? Molecules of water which are present in the formula unit, which is the basic unit. The formula of that salt, of a salt, is known as water of crystallization. So in one formula unit, the number of water molecules that are associated is known as water of crystallization. Again, I am telling you, they are not in chemical combination. That is the reason they are written separately. Such salts are known as hydrated salts. They are most of the time, they are crystalline in nature. Such salts are known as hydrated salts. And if you remove the water molecules from such salts, what will be they called? They will be called anhydrous salts. Okay. Let us just have a look on some examples. We have been talking about copper sulfate since class 7th. It is known as, common name is blue vitriol, and the chemical name is copper sulfate pentahydrate. Hydrate because it is a hydrated salt which has got water of crystallization. Similarly, FeSO4.7H2O, which is also known as green vitriol, ferrous sulfate heptahydrate. Now hepta for 7, hexa for 6, hepta for 7. Now similarly, just now we were discussing about gypsum, CaSO4.2H2O gypsum, calcium sulfate dihydrate. In some books you will find bihydrate also. Let us see plaster of Paris or POP, CSO4 half H2O, calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Now over here, hemi means per molecule there is half molecule of water. Actually what the matter is, one molecule is being shared between two molecules of calcium sulfate. Now last but not the least, washing soda Na2CO3 dot 10H2O, which is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Now children, if we take any of these salts in a test tube, and if we suppose we take copper sulfate, this is a test tube, and what I do, I take a burner. This is, let me make it with blue because it is originally blue in color. If I take copper sulfate, let me put a holder. Now, if copper sulfate is heated from the base, what is going to happen? What will be your observation? We will observe that small little droplets of water we can see on the cool parts of the test tube. Now if you keep on heating, this one will be eventually evaporated, but initially we can see the water droplets on the sides of the test tube, and the color blue changes to colorless. Now which means that the color of these salts is basically due to water only. So this is one way by which we can observe water of crystallization. Children, today we have come to the end of this chapter. Today we have studied about various salts like bleaching powder, baking soda, washing soda. Then we studied about plaster of Paris. We studied about gypsum. And we have lastly studied about the water of crystallization. Children, I'll request you, you should be aware about the preparation of all these salts and their uses. It is very, very important from the exam point of view. The uses of these common salts is often asked. And I will request you to complete all the exercises which are given in your NCERT book and practice the reactions well.